Welcome to Common Sense Wellness with Dr. Gary Martin, the show that helps you take control of your health with clarity, confidence, and practical wisdom. Dr. Gary Martin has spent decades in clinical practice and natural wellness research, discovering that the key to lifelong vitality lies in understanding the body's signals before they become symptoms. Each week, we will explore simple science-backed methods like mineral testing, facial scans, and lifestyle adjustments that help you restore balance from the inside out. You'll also hear from expert guests and real clients who have turned their health challenges into stories of transformation. No gimmicks, no fads, just common sense wellness that works. Now, here's your host, Dr. Gary Martin.
Disclaimer, no diagnosis or treatment for disease is intended. Any observations or comments made by me are for general educational purposes only, and they simply represent my personal opinion regarding what I would do if I personally had the same concerns as the person voicing the question or comment. Please see a licensed health practitioner for all diagnosis, treatment, and information concerning prevention, cure, or restorative health care. I hold DN, DSC, PhD, DNM, and PhD degrees. I am not a medical doctor. I'm not a licensed health practitioner by choice. This information is for educational purposes only. It is not meant to cure, treat, prevent disease, nor prescribe, nor to be used for diagnosis. Please be aware that you accept all risks associated with any of the protocols that we discuss.
Welcome to Common Sense Wellness. I'm Dr. Gary Martin, and tonight we're going to look at a real test result from 1989. A 57-year-old man dealing with bronchial problems, chronic fatigue, and stomach pain. And we are going to walk through every number together and show you exactly what the test reveals, and more importantly, what to do about it. By the end of this episode, you will understand why high salts are dangerous, what ammonia nitrogen tells you about pain, and why lemon water and phenomenal water are not interchangeable. Let's get started.
All right, well, bring it out, get it out, put it to work. All right, go ahead. We had another question?
Well, I got plenty of questions. I don't want to hog the line. But hydrogen water, is that what compared to ozonated water?
Well, it's the difference between hydrogen and oxygen.
Right, but hydrogen's and oxygen too.
And ozone can be caustic. My wife had I got a funny story. We were gone for about a month one time, and my wife thought she had some kind of a funny smell in her walk-in closet. So I says, well, here, I've got, because I have one it's an ozone generator, and it puts out ozone. I have one at home. I have one here at the office, runs 24/7. And it really helps to purify the air and whatever. So I came up with the idea. I said, well, hey, we're going to be gone. Why don't we just put the ozone machine in your closet while we're gone and whatever. Well, we came home, and all of her sweaters and all of her blouses and everything had bleach marks on it, because that's really what, bleach is very oxidizing, right? And so
I know.
that was not good. No.
I know. I nearly did myself in with hydrogen peroxide. I didn't read the instructions.
Oh,
right. So yeah, hydrogen.
No, but I mean, hydrogen peroxide is fantastic, but there's so many companies that put out hydrogen peroxide, and some were pre-mixed. I only took it sporadically, and I got one that said mix 11 ounces of distilled water with 1 ounce of hydrogen peroxide. And then you're supposed to start out with 1 drop once a day and eventually build up to 5 drops 3 times a day. And I forgot to read that part. And I drank the whole thing down.
Right.
And as soon as I hit my stomach, it was like an explosion.
That's why I like testing. I like to know, do I need vitamin C? If I need vitamin C, what kind of vitamin C do I need? Do I need calcium? If I need calcium, what kind of calcium do I need? do I need minerals? What minerals do I need? In other words, yeah, that's why I'm into the client lab kit. That's why I'm into the hair mineral analysis, because you have to know that you really do need to be doing what it is you're doing. And then probably more importantly, you need to know when to stop. And
Right.
so the BIA gives you that information.
Plus,
That's why,
vitamins aren't any good without minerals, too, they say, right?
well, you got to have everything.
Uh-huh.
You know,
I've heard
vitamins,
so many times you take minerals and you don't take if you take vitamins rather and you don't take minerals, you don't absorb them.
well, I don't know about that, but I do know. I mean, vitamins are basically enzymes.
You gotta go
Vitamins
according
are
to
basically
numbers.
what?
Enzymes.
Oh, okay.
So you should take your minerals and vitamins according to the numbers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the HMA and the BIA will tell you. They'll tell you what minerals you need, what minerals you don't need. It's like too many people. Like, would you drive your car without a gas gauge? No, I don't need a gas gauge. I'll just fill it up whenever I feel like it. No. Well, people are running around living their life without a gas gauge. The BIA and the HMA is your gas gauge. That's what I'm trying to help people understand. And it's something you can do yourself anytime you want, as often as you want. And the more you do it, the more you learn, because it raises questions. Like, well, why'd that number do that?
Yeah.
And then you either you read because you subscribe to my Be Your Own Doctor newsletter where I'm telling you what, why, and whatever, or you pick up the phone and you talk to me. You talk to somebody that has more experience than you do with it. I don't know of anybody that is in this field who isn't willing to answer any questions that anybody has about what they know about the BIA or the urine and saliva or RBTI or the HMA. It goes with the territory.
People have a mind of their own, which there's not many of us left.
Well, it's beginning to seem that way, but I don't know. I think the older you get, the more you think the world's going to hell in a handbasket.
I agree with that.
I mean,
How old are you, Doctor?
It is, right? How old do you think I am?
You look young, but I mean, you say you've been around. I assume you're somewhere around my age.
I'm 82.
Wow. Fantastic.
No, not really.
He's
Oh,
I am 70. How old am I? 44. I'm 77. I'll be 78 soon.
you're a little bit older than me.
Yeah. Well, my mom lived to be 97. She'd still be alive if she hadn't gotten the shot. Shot killed her.
I know, my sympathies about that.
Oh,
I'm still pissed off.
oh,
I don't blame you.
right.
I haven't got the shot. I'm 75, and they'll have to bring me dragging and screaming before I get it.
I mean,
And the more I read, the more.
Granted, it doesn't kill everybody, obviously not.
No, but it kills
Right.
enough.
But I don't want to be the one.
Right. I got a friend that's fighting for his life in the hospital,
Well, there's a lot of those.
Mhm.
and after his second shot, his temperature went up to about 104, and then they admitted him into the hospital because he was having trouble breathing.
Hey, are you guys receiving my emails that go out to the multitude?
No, I haven't received it.
I don't have a computer.
Because I send an email out at least every other day to everybody who's been on the call with various links of things that we talk about, like tonight, if there's something that I haven't already sent to an email, where I might reference websites or something. Yeah, so make sure I'm not going to spam,
Oh,
because
okay.
we have a heck of a time with our stuff ending up in spam.
I'll double check, Dr. Martin, because I haven't received them. I did receive one, but I forgot about spam. I'll double check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm probably that many in spam or something. Okay. So I thought you might want to learn a little bit of something. What time is it? 10 till?
Mm.
Let's look at, let me share my screen here.
Okay.
So I found a test here. This is from 1989, believe it or not. I have thousands of these things. Here's a guy, he's 57, he's 5'6", he's 130, he wants to be 150, so he feels like he's underweight. 4 years of his smoking factor left. No drugs, no surgery. He's complaining about these things right here. So he's complaining about bronchial.
Yeah.
All right. So if we look at his pHs, his pHs are 7.2 over 7.6. Now remember, 6.4 over 6.4 is perfect.
Mhm.
If you add 6.4 and 6.4 together, you get 12.8. What do we add his together? He comes out to be 14.8,
Mhm.
which is like, I don't know, 200 times more alkaline. A tenth is a big deal on your pH. The higher your pH total goes, the higher in the body your symptoms go. What's he complaining of?
Mhm.
Bronchial issues. All right. So one of the factors here that has to happen is he's got to bring these pHs down. So it's going to require a product called Liver Life, which will help bring the saliva pH down, the calcium lactate, vitamin C, lemon water. The closer he gets these pHs down to the more perfect zone, the less he'll be complaining about bronchial issues. Then he says, well, I got a lot of mucus. Okay, well, the reason why he has a lot of mucus is, look at his salt number. His salt number is 40. Perfect salts are 7. So what happens? How do you get from 7 to 40? Well, you don't drink near enough water, because we know, remember, water brings the sugars and salts down. Too much water sends them into the floor, which is not good either. It's the right balance that brings it right up here. 1.5 sugar, 7 salt. Okay. Something he is doing, his balanced salt number is 16. So even for his numbers, he has double the salts. Okay. I don't know if you've ever taken salt, but if you take salt crystals and you put them in the palm of your hand and you rub a dub dub, rub a dub dub, rub a dub dub, you rub long enough, you end up with bleeding palms. Why is that? The salt crystals are sharp. So you got all this salt floating around in your blood, whatever, and it's going through the arteries and nick, and so the liver secretes cholesterol to kind of help patch up the nicks in your arteries. Okay, but then the salts stay there, so then they nick. So there's more cholesterol comes in, and your arteries get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and then pretty soon they plug up and you have a heart attack or a stroke. Okay. But mucus is the result of the body trying to eliminate the salt. People that have high salts will complain of a lot of mucus. Lower the salt, mucus goes away. He complains of stomach pain. Well, the reason why he's complaining of stomach pain, why would the stomach hurt? Well, the stomach, because the hydrochloric acid is not strong enough to digest the food so that it turns it into a goo that it can squirt into the small intestines. Well, that happens when your pHs are too high like this. This is why we'll use the hydrochloric acid digestive enzymes. That's why we will use lemon water to help bring this down, help strengthen the hydrochloric acid. He complains about fatigue. Well, look at his metabolism efficiency. his metabolism efficiency, it's a little hard to read the writing, but it looks like it's 48. Okay, so what does that mean? It means on our scale, 48%, well, he's converting food into energy at a rate of 48%. So you take 48 from 100, that leaves 52. That means that 52% of everything this guy's eating is being turned into toxic waste that the body has to spend energy to process out of the body. No wonder he's tired. Why is he tired? Because the nitrogens are way too low, because the salts are way too high, 40. The nitrogens are 4/5 for the people who don't have video. They should be 16. He's only 9. And plus, you never want the good guy, the top guy. You never want the good guy to be lower than the bad guy, which is the bottom number, ever. Okay, so he's got that going. Strike 2. David, you're going crazy. You're going crazy on the static. Thank you. Somebody said something. Say it again or something.
Just say that about you don't want the one on the bottom low or something.
Okay, the nitrogens, which are the last numbers in the numbers that look like a fraction, 4/5 in this case. All right, the top number is the good guy, the bottom number is the bad guy. So the top number is the bodybuilder, the healer, the energy storage, and the bottom number is the body degenerating, the body breaking down. People who have a really high ammonia nitrogen complain of pain.
Bottom is ammonia nitrogen.
The bottom number is the ammonia nitrogen. You could have a pain clinic where all you did was just the ureas. And I'm guarantee you, everybody that complained of pain is going to have an ammonia reading of 8 or higher. Help them learn what they need to do and drink and eat and whatever to get their ammonia level under 8. And it's like magic. The pain goes away. All right. That why? Because of something I said really earlier. Remember, I said we found out that there's a link between uric acid and the ammonia nitrogen. The uric acid, lactic acid, lactic acid buildup is why you can't do 1,000 push-ups or me 10 pull-ups. Why? Because the acid builds up in your body. Remember, you're alkaline by design, you're acid by function. Life makes acid. You have all kinds of mechanisms in your body to get rid of the acid. And if you're not getting rid of the acid, you fill up with acid and you die.
But are you saying if you can't do a pull-up, it's because you're lactic? Because I know when you're exercising, the breakdown of the muscle, whatever, becomes the lactic acid issue.
Yeah, the acid builds up. The more, exercise makes acid. And so pretty soon the acid overwhelms the cells. And that's why you just can't do that last one. That's why. But guess, so what? You stop, you wave your arms around a little bit and whatever, and then you get back up there and bingo, you can do a couple more. It's because the blood came in, the little acid sponges, which are all your alkaline minerals, come in, they soaked up the acid and, carry it away, and you hopefully pee it out. And, the body's amazing.
But when when the saliva is too alkaline, the RBTI, whatever it says, to drink buttermilk because it has lactic acid in it.
You want to bring, when the saliva pH is high, the saliva pH is basically liver, pancreas, gallbladder. You might want to, you maybe could throw spleen in there as well. And the more alkaline that is, the weaker the hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is made in the liver, stored in the stomach. And so the weaker the hydrochloric acid is. So you have to do what you have to do to bring that pH down. And then sometimes you have to eat acid stuff to do that.
But when
Like
you're,
lemon water, for example. If you ever test the pH of lemon water, it's like, it's way down there. It's like 2 or 3 or something. It's really acid. And yet
But
lemon water does amazing things.
wait, lemon water, when you test the water itself with lemon, is a 2?
Yeah, I think it's like a 2 or a 3. I mean, it
Really?
depends upon how strong it is.
Why did I think lemon water was alkaline?
No, you stick a pH meter in lemon water and you'll quickly find out it's not.
But so does it make you alkaline when you drink it though? Is there like some kind of a flavor?
Well,
Or it,
the end result is alkaline minerals, but the first hit is acid because of the ascorbic acid and everything else that's in the lemon water.
so is it creating alkaline minerals or it out of the food minerals?
It's supplying alkalinity, but it's in the beginning it's acid.
But then as it gets
But you use it to pull the pHs down. This is why acid people have no business drinking lemon water. This is also why Kangen water and alkaline water machines and all that stuff is that some people say, oh, I can't drink that stuff. It makes me sick. And then somebody else says, well, I cured my, whatever. Well, so what the heck? What's going on? The difference is it's the person's pH.
Mhm.
This guy has no business drinking alkaline water or phenomenal water or any other water. He needs lemon water.
Mhm.
Why? Because he's 7.2 over 7.6.
Mhm.
If he does that, he'll be a new person in no time.
I'll go with cider
All
vinegar.
Okay,
Um,
so he's a true alkaline person, but then the one who's got the high pH saliva and urine, understanding that person is truly acidic inside.
So you have to look at the ammonia nitrogen. If the ammonia nitrogen is high, then you've got a lot of acid floating around in the system. If the urine pH is not acid, that's bad. That's how people end up with kidney stones.
Right. No,
You want to pee out. Your urine is there to pee out the acid.
Mhm.
So if there's any indication that there's acid, then you better be peeing it out. Or sooner or later, you're going to have problems. You're going to have some kind of health issue.
say it one more time. Ammonia nitrogen is high.
That tells you there's acid floating around in the system. Okay. If the urine is not acid, you're not peeing out the acid. You're not finding the enemy. You're also a personality that doesn't like confrontation. You don't deal with the issues until you have to. I mean, the body is your mind made visible. So all the stuff you talk about with the numbers that's having to do with physical things translates into personality
Mhm. Mhm.
also. All right. Be your own doctor. Subscribe to that. You can read it again and again and again, and then until you finally get it. All right. I just thought you might like to see a real life example of also the fatigue issue here. Notice his sugar gap. His sugars are 3.8, which is double perfect, and perfect being 1.5. So how do you get from 1.5 to 3.8? He's not consuming enough pure water for his body weight or his lifestyle. That's for sure, because his sugars are twice perfect. His salts are 5 to 6 times perfect. And they go up and down by how dehydrated you are. So that's problem number one. Until he solves that, nothing else matters. Nothing else is going to work. No amount of anything that he takes or eats, not that eating the right thing always helps and drinking the right thing always helps. But until he solves the sugar and the salt issues, no amount of good anything can happen in the long run for this guy or anybody else. All right. So the fact that he's twice up on a scale, that steals energy from you. You will be tired. But his sugar gap, if the sugar gap is more than 5 to 10 points, then the adrenals are really a problem. The job of the adrenals is one of the jobs is to keep the floor under the sugars. Okay. So his sugars, for his numbers, his sugar should be 5.4, but he's only 3.8. So that gap is 16 points. So he violates that. So the bigger that sugar gap, the more he's not providing the energy, the carbohydrate energy that the body requires. And he says, I'm tired because the energy is not there. So the Be Your Own Doctor newsletter helps you understand, okay, this is the case. What do we do about it? How do we help this guy?
Mhm.
If this is you, how do I help me?
Yeah.
All right.
One quick question on if the ammonia nitrogen is high at acid in the body. At one point you said that beta shouldn't be taken the phenomenal water?
No, that has to do with the urine pH.
Said while we were discussing that you about somebody.
Yeah, that's because he's 7.2 urine pH. If you're
Mhm.
7.2 urine pH, drinking alkaline water or phenomenal water is not recommended
Because, but I thought
because it pushes your
definitely.
pH high. It pushes your pH up.
Oh, it's pulling it out. It's pulling the.
It pushes your pH up. You don't want to do anything to push your pH up if you're already up. You want to pull it down. You pull it down with lemon water. You push it up with phenomenal water. If he was 5.4 over 7.6, then phenomenal water.
Mhm.
That would be marginal because of the 7.6. It's going to push both pH. It tends to mess with the urine pH a lot more. So, so anytime either the pHs are too high, you go into phenomenal water with reservation.
So when you're not peeing out the acid, he is alkaline.
The urine will be alkaline. That doesn't mean he is alkaline. It just means the urine is alkaline. It's not finding the enemy. In his case, he only had a 5. He had an ammonia nitrogen that was just fine.
But in the other scenario that we ammonia nitrogen is high and there's acid and urine is alkaline, want to take the phenomenal water.
Yeah, right. You take the phenomenal water until that urine pH climbs above 6.5. Then you stop.
But if the urine is already alkaline, clearing out the acid, which being portrayed by the ammonia nitrogen, want to take the phenomenal water, but then you want to send your urine down. You don't want it up. You want it down in that case.
That's right.
Acidic.
Right. That's why you use lemon water.
But
You use lemon water to pull the urine pH down. You use phenomenal water to push the pH up.
okay, right. So this person would use both lemon water and.
No, this person doesn't. He has 7.2 urine. He has a 5 ammonia. He only needs to bring the urine pH down.
Not him. I'm saying in the ammonia where the ammonia is
High.
nitrogen. Right.
Okay.
So this person has that and the alkaline urine. So that person would both the phenomenal water to get the acid out of the body.
Yes. Okay. I see where you're going. What you have to do there is you have to, unless a person has a client lab kit or the ability to be tested frequently, I would not use phenomenal water, even if the ammonia is high when the urine is high, because some people, it'll do exactly what you say. It'll grab the acid and you'll see the urine come down. In some people, it'll push everything higher because that's what phenomenal water does. And that's what you don't want ever.
Right,
and unless you can catch that right away, or at the very minimum, the person has a pH meter, so he could like test his pH every day at 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever, same time of day always, and give you some feedback so you can see, the phenometer is doing exactly what we wanted to do. But boy, if it starts pushing it up higher, stop the phenomenal water.
Mhm.
This is sort of like, the old paint by numbers. This is like, eat by numbers.
Mhm.
It's a great system if you just learn a few basics.
Yes.
All right, gotta go. Hey, thank you all.
Thank you.
Every evening's different. Learn something new every week.
Yeah.
We'll talk. Oh, wait, next week is
Thanks.
next.
Thanksgiving.
No, that's 2 weeks.
Okay,
Oh wait,
Gary,
what is it? Is that next week?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's almost Christmas. I need to start thinking about Christmas.
Mhm.
Actually, my wife does all the thinking about Christmas. All right.
Gary, didn't Dr. Reams teach cook by numbers course?
I've never seen it anywhere. I've scoured the internet.
That's what we need, a coloring book.
Yeah, we need a coloring book. All right.
You're
Eat
up
by color.
Yeah.
But there is something to that too. Color matters.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
food and the vibration. Mhm.
All right. So it's 2 weeks. Not
Yeah.
next week. We get a week off. I appreciate you guys. Thank you much.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Talk to you in a
Thank
couple.
you.
Dr. Martin. Bye-bye. God bless.
Thank
Happy
you.
Okay, that's a wrap for tonight's Common Sense Wellness. The message is the same as it always is. The answers are already inside you, written in numbers that a 10-minute test can read using your urine and your saliva. Get your lab kit, learn your numbers, and stop guessing. Quit wasting money on supplements that you don't even know you need in the first place. Subscribe to my Be Your Own Doctor newsletter and to keep building your understanding. Until next time, take care of yourself. See you next episode.
Thanks for listening to Common Sense Wellness with Dr. Gary Martin. To learn more about the testing and resources we discussed, or to find out how you can take charge of your own health, visit BIRI.org. You'll find valuable information, free tools, and ways to connect directly with our wellness community. That's BIRI.org. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share the show with someone who's ready to take their next step toward better health.